Can you object to the QME report? So you've gone to a QME, the report comes in, you read through it. Ugh, this is a horrible report. QME, I told the QME I had pain in my left shoulder. He didn't even write it down. I told the QME I was taking medication. He didn't even note it in the report. QME told me when I was there at the exam that he was going to find some level of disability, and that's not what's in the report at all. Can you object to the QME report? You bet. Absolutely. The process for objecting to it, it's a little bit cumbersome. So you're an injured worker, you don't have an attorney. How do you go about that process? First, don't call the QME. Don't go by his office and say you want to talk about the report. This does no good. You shouldn't do this. You first need to send a letter to the adjuster or an email to the adjuster and say, I object to the QME's report. Object, and you can be specific, whatever conclusions it was. I object to his conclusions as to whole person impairment and future medical care. Then your options fairly limited. So you can either write a letter to the QME and ask for a supplemental report, or you can take the deposition of the QME. So the second option, taking a deposition, if you're an injured worker without an attorney, you haven't taken depositions before. As attorneys, we've taken countless, hundreds and hundreds, thousands of depositions. There's really a technique to taking the deposition of a QME. There's a strategy that goes into it. If you really believe that the deposition of a QME needs to be taken, you probably would be better served by reaching out to an attorney for a consultation as to possible representation so the attorney can do it for you. However, if you want to go about it on your own, you likely would be better off with a supplemental report request. So you have to write out what your letter to the QME will be. Stay respectful, don't be rude, don't include profanities, don't accuse the QME of being a liar, that he or she said one thing and now is saying something else. Write out detailed questions requesting a supplemental report. You need to take a copy of that letter, mail it to the adjuster and say, I intend to send this to the QME. Do you have any objections? The adjuster may or may not. You'll have to work through those issues. You have to wait 20 days and then you mail your letter to the QME after that. If the adjuster objects and says, no, I refuse to allow you to send that to the QME, you're going to have to work it out with the adjuster. Either you and the adjuster come to an agreement or it's going to have to go to the board. If the adjuster doesn't have any disputes or any disagreements with the letter, you mail it off to the QME after 20 days or after the adjuster tells you it's fine, go ahead and mail it. And then you wait 60 days and you get in the supplemental report. Ideally, the QME will go through and address all of your issues. Can you object to that supplemental report? Yeah, really, you can. You can send another letter or email to the adjuster and say, I object to this report also. It's going to start to get tougher if the QME report is substantial medical evidence and you just disagree with his or her conclusions, probably an issue that may need to go to the board. If the report is not substantial evidence and the QME is just all over the place, Lord have mercy, like he's talking about a different injured worker, or she's just so confused that making a mess of the matter, that's probably going to have to go to the board as well. But the key is in workers' comp, you have to at least attempt to rectify the problem first. You have to attempt to fix whatever errors are in those reports. So can you object to a QME? Absolutely, you can do it. How do you go about it? Send a letter to the adjuster, prepare a request for a supplemental report, send that to the adjuster, wait 20 days, and if there's no objection, mail it off to the QME. You're now doing the job of an attorney. See how that works out. If it works out and it fixes it, great. If not, may want to reach out to an attorney at that point. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button down below and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss future videos.